something every day. And so good morning. You can open your eyes if they're closed. Welcome to the Mindfulness Tree Meditation Community. I greet you. And before we begin our opening meditation, which I'm going to use meditation from the book, I'd like to read that quote at the very beginning of the chapter by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And if you don't know who she is an American writer. She's a Jungian psychologist, so she's Dr. Estes. And she wrote the book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. So for those of you that know that book.
With the what?
With the wolves.
Wolves.
Yes. So listen to what she writes here. And this is so apropos. My friends, do not lose heart. We were made for these times. I have heard from so many recently who are deeply and properly bewildered. Ours is a time of almost daily astonishment and often righteous rage over the latest degradations of what matters most. You are right in your assessments. Yet I urge you, ask you, gentle you, to please not spend your spirit dry by bewailing these difficult times. Especially, do not lose hope. Most particularly because the fact is that we were made for these times. Yes, for years we have been learning, practicing, been in training for, and just waiting to meet on this exact plane of engagement. So I encourage you with the book to read this over. And that's from Letter to a Young Activist. And if you Google that, you can find the entire letter she wrote. So with that, you're going to go into our meditation from the book. And what it is a visualization meditation that takes into account all of the themes from this book. So if you're new for the first time, and I do want to welcome Hannah, and where did she go? Oh, Stacy. I wanted to say Sheila. Stacy, or new. Anybody else new? I don't want to say we're the old ones. That doesn't make sense. But to welcome you. But for those of you who've been reading the book, you're going to hear themes that have come up throughout the book. And just it'll be a good visualization and reflection. So we begin by inviting the bell. Listen, listen. The sound of the bell brings me back to my true self. And so we arrive and we settle. Allowing the ground to support us. Noticing your posture, feet on the floor, perhaps sitting on the edge of the seat so that you can align your spine from bottom to top. And aligning your mind to the present moment. Feel your body settling and arriving. Connect with the breath and let yourself enjoy a deep inhale and a long, slow exhale. And rest here, connecting yourself and the earth. Just allowing the breath then to settle to a normal pace. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I calm my mind. Noticing the breath as it moves in and out. Allowing the breath to connect us to the present moment. Now, I invite you to think about a transition or a difficulty that you are facing right now. It doesn't need to be anything dramatic on a scale of 1 to 10, but perhaps something that has been troubling you. And if you can't think of anything, just allow yourself to be present through this meditation. Now see yourself continuing to move through this challenge or transition until you reach the other side of it. See how you will look and feel when the storm is settled, confident, at peace. Now I'll guide you in a detailed way to visualize yourself using the tools of this book to meet whatever challenges, fears, or confusion may arise. Now picture yourself coming home to your body and mind, taking good care of this moment as the best way to take care of the future. See yourself getting so good at it that it becomes a habit. And you're finding yourself in a place where you're more often than not at home in yourself. What does it feel like to be present in your body? Imagine yourself resting back and trusting the unknown. As you let the big questions or problems you face rest like a seed in the soil of your mind, maturing in their own time. You have that patience, that calm. Feel it growing in you day by day. And you are growing this big heart capable of accepting what is, namely suffering, so that you don't make it worse by resisting. What is it like to know you can accept whatever comes your way? To not be afraid to touch that reality inside of you now. See yourself confidently weathering the storms by coming down to the trunk of your tree to breathe deeply in your belly. And you discover and apply new practices as you need them as well. The leaves on the trees might be blowing through the storm, but the trunk and the roots are solid. Experience confidence now, down in your bones, knowing that you have many tools you can rely on to see you through whatever you're facing. As you breathe in and out, visualize yourself mindfully and wisely caring for disturbing emotions with compassion, becoming more and more free of unhelpful patterns until these emotions have less and less of a hold on you. How does your face look in such a state of skillfully working with strong emotions, allowing any tension in the face to relax? How does your body feel? Allowing your body to relax and rest on your seat. Picture yourself aware of impermanence as it arises from moment to moment. Allowing the 5 remembrances to remind you to meet the inevitability of loss and separation with an open heart and a clear mind. I am of a nature to grow old. I am of a nature to experience illness. I am of a nature to die. Everything that I have will be taken from me. My only possession are my actions. Now see yourself remaining unmoved by the tumult of the 8 worldly winds, swayed by neither praise nor blame, remaining in the eye of the wheel, and going beneath the surface of the waves to touch the peace and the vastness of the water. How does it feel to move through the world when you understand that you are not a separate self, but full of everything and every living being? Notice the clarity, the clearness, and the peace that this brings. Now see yourself with a calm smile on your face, perhaps bringing that smile to your face as you master that grandmotherly or grandfatherly love of equanimity and inclusiveness that doesn't attach or cling. Your inner weeble always finds its way back to center. How does it feel to know you can trust yourself, to know that you can always find a way to be more and more at ease with the conditions of life? Now see yourself moving through your life, able to harness the power of nurturing the good, skillfully calling up gratitude, especially when times are tough. See yourself being skilled at certain moments of happiness for yourself and others. See how you create this happiness. See it concretely now. What does it look and feel like? Who are you bringing joy to? Let your body experience that now. Now, see that everything you have experienced in your life has led you to this moment, which is exactly where you need to be. You were made for these times, to meet this moment as it is, whatever it brings. You have everything you need to do that. Allow yourself to feel that confidence and that ease. Now take a few minutes to be in this place on the other side of your difficulty or challenge as fully and as completely as you can. As we're facing not only individual challenges and transitions, but also collective ones. And in the spirit of interbeing, realizing that we are related to one another and all living beings, take a moment now to connect with one aspect of our current collective crisis that is particularly important to you or resonates for you. And now, just as we did for the personal challenge, see in your mind's eye what it would mean for the collective to address this difficulty with wisdom. Visualize what real freedom, justice, and compassion would look and feel like if this crisis were resolved and deeply understood and no longer perpetuated. Reparations made, repentance offered on a global scale, wealth equitably shared, reliable structures set up that would offer true safety, lasting peace, and profound healing for all humans, all species, and the earth herself. Open to the possibility that this could exist and notice how it feels in your body. And now imagine that you could contribute well-being of all beings and to our world. Now allow yourself to rest in open awareness, perhaps focusing on the breath as it enters and leaves. Perhaps bringing to mind a loved one or another being that you are sending peace and love and care to. But use these moments to rest in awareness. Your mind has wandered off, thinking beyond this meditation. Just bring yourself back gently as you would a small child or a small pet, bringing them back. Take care and again to follow breath. So as we come to the end of our formal sitting, I'm going to share with you the poem from the Hopi Nation that's in our book that offers very timely wisdom. There is a river flowing now very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel they are torn apart and will suffer greatly. No, the river has its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of the river, keep our eyes open and our heads above water. And I say, see who is there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, least of all ourselves. For the moment that we do, our spiritual growth and journey comes to a halt. The time for the lone wolf is over. Gather yourselves. Banish the word struggle from your attitude and your vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We were made for these times. Thank you for your practice. And now we adjourn to the sanctuary for walking meditation. And remembering that in walking, our main purpose is to walk. So perhaps recalling some of the ideas that came through this meditation, or just simply allowing yourself to let your feet touch the earth. Thank you, Cindy, for saying it.